Carthaginian general whose army of elephants terrorized Rome, the greatest empire of its time, versus William the Conqueror, the daring and deadly French duke who crushed his English enemies and crowned himself king. Who is deadliest? Shaka Zulu, the ruthless Chinese warmonger whose revolutionary art of war led to the massacre of millions. Alexander the Great, the warrior king whose brutal tactics carved out one of the largest empires in history. Who is deadliest? Shaka Zulu, the fierce African warlord who built a Zulu army that killed 2 million enemies and transformed a continent. Takes on Hernan Cortes, the brutal Spanish explorer whose conquistadors conquered the largest empire in North America of the 16th century. Who is deadliest? Saddam Hussein, Iraqi tyrant whose Republican Guard slaughtered not only his enemies but his own people, versus Al Capone, the ruthless gangster whose criminal empire bloodied the streets of Depression-era Chicago. Who is deadliest? Teddy Roosevelt, the all-American hero who led his famous Rough Riders on a suicide charge that turned the tide of the Spanish-American War. Versus George Washington, the American hero who against all odds defeated the mighty British Army. Now, 200 years of speculation will be buried when these two titans of war finally face back. Who is deadliest? Ivan the Terrible, Russia's sadistic 16th century Tsar, whose murderous mounted death squads built Europe's largest empire of its time, takes on Vlad the Impaler, the medieval Romanian prince, whose insatiable thirst for blood inspired the legend of Dracula. It's a battle of the butchers, as two of history's cruelest conquerors face off. Who is deadliest? William Wallace, the legendary Scottish rebel who led a bloodthirsty army of Highlanders against the mighty English Empire. Attila the Hun, the notorious barbarian horseman who terrorized and ravaged the European continent. Who is deadliest? Napoleon Bonaparte, the bloodthirsty French emperor whose maniacal dream was to conquer the world, takes on Joan of Arc, the teenage French fighter whose battlefield heroics defeated England's superior army and ended the 100 Years' War. Who is deadliest? Crazy Horse, a fierce Lakota warrior of the 1870s, whose brilliant battle plans and fearless offensives annihilated General Custer at Little Bighorn. Versus Pol Pot, the Cambodian dictator whose Khmer Rouge guerrillas committed genocide on a quarter of the country's population. Who is deadliest? Lawrence of Arabia, Great Britain's first special operative. He built a fierce Arab army to fight against the powerful Turkish Ottoman Empire and help seal the Allied victory in the First World War. Versus Pancho, a Mexican revolutionary whose guerrilla army destroyed corrupt dictators in the early 20th century and then invaded the United States. Who is deadliest?